All right, so somehow the video got cut off for the second WOD for today on the 6th of November. Welcome to the wonderful world of WODs. Welcome to the wonderful world of WODs. Okay, so this next word we have two. You'll understand in a second. The first word, or this last WOD is the first is the word conflict. What's the word? Excellent. Conflict, like a struggle. We see movies, we read books. The conflict or the struggle between good and evil, right? A disagreement, a dispute, a fight, a battle, a clash, a quarrel, if you remember that word last year. Quarrel, a squabble, where there's friction or tension or there's a rivalry. Conflict, okay? So again, the conflict between Ruby Bridges going to school and the angry white mob was monumental. Conflict, the struggle, okay? The struggle for integration, all right? And sometimes when we have a major disagreement, right, we have a conflict. How do we resolve those differences, okay? So conflict, let's go. Conflict. Sorry. Conflict. Conflict. Notice that the accent is on the first syllable. Conflict. Conflict. Accent on the first syllable. You know where I'm going with this. So the next word of this last WOD is the word conflict. What's the word? Yes, excellent. Conflict. So, for example, you'll check out that commercial, the Polaner All Fruit. It's hilarious. But it's really when things don't match up, when they don't sort of fit in. So, for example, when they differ or they vary or they stand out, and they're sort of opposites in many ways. You can't just say, for example, oh, the conflict of cold is hot. That's not how it works. It's a contrast. That's a key point. Or sometimes when there's a contradiction. If you look at the all fruit commercial, right? The contradiction is all these fancy schmancy people, right? Very, very proper, all this sort of almost false etiquette. And then the guy asks for fruit in a totally different tone and excitement, okay? But here's another way to think of the word conflict, all right? Mr. Plumbeam, his goal, his dream conflicted with his neighbors. They wanted all the, all the houses to be the same. But he had something deep inside that lived and lives in him, and every great creator does. So his dreams conflicted with his neighbors' attitudes. The Wright brothers' invention of the airplane conflicted with those who said man can't fly or man shouldn't fly. Okay? The candidates, even with the election, right? In many ways, their views conflict with each other. All right? Another way to think of the word conflict, another example is, again, Ruby Bridges and the mob. I said conflict before, but it can also be conflict. So, for example, Ruby Bridges going to school conflicted with the mob trying to keep her out. All right, but let's keep on going with a few other examples. The colonists with England, their views did conflict with what the king was, how the king was treating them. The Civil War, all right, was a major conflict, a major struggle between slavery and freedom, or freedom and slavery, let's put it that way. However, it was also those views conflicted with each other. The view of people should be free, when some people believe that some people shouldn't be free. Those views conflict with each other. They differ with each other. They're in contrast with each other. They're opposite. Okay, so there are great examples of the word conflict. Let's go. Conflict on the second syllable. Okay, first syllable, con, second syllable, flict. Conflict, accent is on the second syllable. What do we do with these two words? Excellent. Bracket or brace. They are spelled the same, but they sound different. I have to do it like this because I am running out of room. They are heteronyms. Okay, excellent. So let's just review. Conflict, 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 conflict. Struggle, differ. Go.